Well, it's a huge day for civil aviation in the country, with the Tatas giving the winning bid of 18,000 crores to acquire Air India. So once they do eventually acquire the airline, it'll be very much a return to the family fold for them. But it's a huge step for the government as well. It is a landmark disinvestment drive process. Jyotiraditya Scindia, the Civil Aviation Minister, joins me now. Mr. Scindia, thanks very much for being with us. How big is this, not just in the context of the overall disinvestment process, but also for thousands of employees of Air India, because the airline was bleeding 20 crores every day?
I think it's a momentous day for India, for 130 crore of our people. Let's not forget that yes, it is a momentous day for civil aviation as well. An airline that was, as you mentioned, bleeding 20 crores a day, 7,200 crores a year over the last 5 years. You're talking about almost 36,000 crores that has gone into sustain an airline. I think this disinvestment process has been extremely thorough. It's been extremely rigorous. It has resulted in a landmark outcome under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman ji, DIPAM, and the Ministry of Civil Aviation. I wish the new owners all the very best. I am very confident that under the new ownership, they will continue to deliver a value proposition for our customers, and you will see a much more engaging environment in the civil aviation arena and in the skies in the days to come. With a fleet of almost 175 planes now, the new owners will 118 of Air India and Air India Express, plus their own fleet which existed today. You will see certainly a better value proposition also for my customers in the civil aviation arena. At the end of the day, I am not only the Minister of Airlines and the Minister of Airports, I am the Minister of Civil Aviation, and my responsibility at the end of the day is to the customers of civil aviation, whose interests will be served through this disinvestment.
Mr. Scindia, there is 46,262 crore rupees left in debt. Now, that's been put into a special purpose vehicle. How is that debt going to be serviced?
So, the SPV houses not only the debt of 6,000 crores, as you mentioned, Vishnu, but also do remember that the equity portion from the sale will also be adjusted against that debt. Secondly, that SPV also houses many thousands of crores worth of non-core assets, which were not hived off with Air India. So all the real estate, all the other movables and other valuable assets of Air India still are housed in that SPV. Those will also be auctioned, including the immovable properties, and whatever is retrieved from that will also reduce that debt burden of 46,000 crores.
And will that debt burden be something that Tatas would have to pay? Because as I understand it,
not
the government is also already.
Not at all.
You are the sovereign guarantor of that.
The SPV has nothing to do with the disinvestment process. The disinvestment process has only been, let me categorically state to you, Air India 100%, Air India Express 100%, and AISL SATS, which is the catering arm, 50%. Those are the three transactions that have gone through disinvestment. All the debt that has been moved from the balance sheet of Air India to the SPV will remain in the SPV and not with the new owners. All the non-core assets of Air India, including real estate and all movables, have been moved to the SPV. They will remain in the SPV and not with the new owners.
From a broader standpoint, what does this mean for Indian civil aviation? If you've got a consolidated Air India now, perhaps financially more viable in the future, a leaner airline going forward, with all of these excellent legacy routes, what does it mean for me as a passenger?
As you know, Vishnu, we've gone through a very, very difficult 2 years in COVID in the area of civil aviation across the world, and similarly so in India. The airlines, as you probably are very well aware, are not in the pink of health. We have to nurse them back to health. And I think in that environment, the very fact that you have an airline now with a sustainable asset base and a sustainable volume will be able to ply and service customers will create a very robust environment within India. I'm very confident that the days to come, you are going to see on a sectoral side increase in volume of passengers. At our height pre-COVID, we had 4.2 lakh passengers per day. We are today at somewhere around 2.4, 2.5 lakh passengers a day. I'm sure with the oncoming festive season, you're going to see a rise in that. Along with the fare bans that we have in place, I'm looking at a slow return to normalcy over the next couple of months.
Okay.
And then with all the other steps that I'm taking, talking to states, reducing VAT, I want to compliment the government of Uttarakhand, where I was today, and the UT of Andaman and Nicobar. There are other states that are following suit of reducing VAT on ATF, thereby making it much more easier for airlines to get a higher number of routes into those states. I'm looking over the medium term, a slow return to normalcy. And I think this step will also augur very well towards that return to normalcy.
Jyotiraditya Scindia, Civil Aviation Minister of India, thank you so much for speaking to us. It is a landmark day. Many of us didn't think it would happen, but it has happened. Let's hope it's fluent and smooth from here till the end of December. A couple of steps still left. But thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you very much for having me.